Kapten, you are under arrest for assaulting police officer. I will see you in court.
Your Honor, the initial contact may have been accidental. However, the defendant, Mr. Fagan, he was informed that my client's foot was in pain.
Sir, please take out your license and registration. Thank you. Alright, sir. I just want to say to you, you cannot park here.
Alright, I'm moving now.
You're on my foot.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You are crushing my foot. Move the car now.
But you told me to move the car. I'm doing it.
It is no joke. You are causing me pain. Please, move it now. Please.
I move it when I feel like it.
Huh? What are you talking about? You are deliberately standing on my foot now. Move it now. I said move it. Move the car now.
Okay, I move it now.
Fagan, you are under arrest for assaulting police officer. I will see you in court.
Court is now in session. Prosecutor, you may begin.
Your Honor, this case is not simple but yet important because it has the principal element of crime. You see, Mr. Fagan, the defendant Mr. Fagan, he applied an unlawful force in my client's foot. You see, let's not say he's keeping, but he's actually like keeping his car wheel under my client's foot.
Was the initial contact intentional?
Your Honor, the initial contact may have been accidental. However, the defendant, Mr. Fagan, he was informed that my client's foot was in pain. You know, after that, he deliberately refused to move his car. The act of standing on the officer's foot was a continuous act. During that continuous act, the defendant clearly possessed the necessary mens rea.
Your Honor, the defense admits that there can be no assault without consideration of adversaries and mens.
Go on.
At the moment, the wheel touched the officer's foot. The defendant had no intention and was not reckless. The act was purely incidental without mens rea at the moment of contact. No good offence can be established. The prosecution is attempting to impose liability after the act has already occurred.
Counsel for defense, are you suggested the act was ended the moment the wheel touched the foot?
Yes, Your Honor. The offence, if any, must be judged at that precise moment.
Your response?
Your Honor, with all due respect, you see, the act did not end at the moment where my client was in contact with the defendant, Mr. Fagan. The wheel remained on the officer's foot, and the harm is continued. The defendant had the opportunity to remove the car, but he didn't. Go.
The court rejects the defense argument. The accusation doesn't need to be instant when an act continues over a period of time. Insufficient that the dementia is formed at any point during the continuation. In any case, once the defendants become aware that the officer's foot was trapped and causing pain, and he refused to move the car, the necessary dementia was present. The act is serious and means serious, therefore concedes the defendant is guilty of assaulting a police officer in the execution of his duty.
We just witnessed a tense legal battle between Fagan and the authorities. On the surface, it looks like a simple case of a man refusing to move his car. But from a legal perspective, what actually happened? Was it a crime the moment the tire touched the officer's foot? Or did it only become a crime later?
To understand this case, we have to look the heart of criminal law, which is the elements of criminal liability, specifically when how the court deals with the combination of physical act and guilty mind.
Now, the element is accessories. The accessories, this is referred to forbidden physical act, where in this case, the car of Mr. Fagan is resting on the police officer's foot.
Now, Fagan argued that the driving onto the foot was an accident. Usually, the accident cannot carry the criminal liability. However, the court introduced the landmark principle is called continuum act.
Because the car was on the foot, the accessories didn't just happen. It was actually the continuous physical force. Now this lasted until the car was moved again.
The second element is mens rea or guilty minds. This is where the Fagan's defense fell apart.
Initially, Fagan lack of intent. You see, he didn't mean to drive on the police officer's foot. The moment where he drove onto the foot, he said, well, you can wait. Now this is where his criminal intent was formed.
He intentionally maintained the physical force. In law, physical caught up with his ongoing act.
You see, for the crime to be complete, the accessories and mens rea must concede, meaning it must happen at the same time. Now, throughout the continuous act, the principle, the court found that these two elements eventually overlap.
Once the intent joined the physical act, the elements of crime was fully satisfied. Fagan was found guilty of assault, not for the initial accidents, but for his deliberate choice to let the injury continue.
Now, this case remains a cornerstone in criminal law. You see, it's reminding us how that your liability on both what you do and what you think while you're doing it.